We're here in the Shimano booth for more First Look with Tackle Warehouse at ICAST 2022. I'm Joey, this is Mr. Alex Davis, Mr. Luke Clausen, no strangers to Tackle Warehouse camera time, and we're here to talk about the brand new Curado 200 DC. This is an extension of the well-known Curado line and an extension of some good Shimano technology. Who wants to take it away? Alex? Luke?
Let's see what you got, Alex.
Grab it.
Me? All right, sounds good. Yeah, the 200, it's something I'm excited about. You know, I've used the 150 that's been out. It's a smaller spool, so you don't have the line capacity. This is a great reel for casting baits, open water, throwing buzz baits. It really excels in stuff that tumbles, so stuff that doesn't cast consistently. That DC technology stops you from having a backlash. In that wider spool, you're going to be able to cast a long ways, maintain that reel ratio. Alex?
This sounds like a cuss cutter for me.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Cuts down the cussing.
Oh, yeah?
Alex.
Yeah, as far as the guide goes, my clients, I can hand them this backlash free, so it makes you more efficient, especially as a angler just getting into it, or even wind. I can't really cast a backlash all the time, so it helps me out in wind. But it comes with the Hagane body, X-ship, you know, all the features that we love in a Curado, they're still in there, just with DC technology.
Now, Alex, when are you going to use the Curado 200 DC as opposed to the existing 150 DC?
I'm a huge fan of 150, and I throw just about everything except for when I get bigger line, 65-pound Power Pro, big swim baits, frogs. I just need a bigger line capacity, big crankbaits, so that's when I'm going to go the 200.
It does seem like once you get above that 17-pound line, 17-pound fluorocarbon monofilament, or over 50-pound braid, that 200 size reel really shines.
Yeah, if you're throwing big line on the 150, I'm not going to say you can spool it, but it gets so far down there, your line capacity, catching up's not as good. So that's why I like the 200. Anytime I go big line, big baits, I just go the 200.
And available in a full line of gear ratios for any application, right?
And left hand, so it doesn't matter righty, lefty, we got you covered.
Whatever you need. That's the new Curado 200 DC, available for pre-order now on tacklewarehouse.com. Check it out. Up next from Shimano is the new Miravel. This is a beautiful little spinning reel at a great price point. Isn't that right, Alex?
Absolutely. It has a CI4 body. It also has the Gana gears, Magnum light rotor. It's going to come in 5 different sizes, from a 1,000 all the way up to a 5,000. Personal favorite's 2,500. I just always like that size. I know Luke's fishing he fishes for bigger fish throughout the year, just not bass fishing when he just goes fun fishing. So this will be a reel he can use as well for doing everything.
What are you looking forward to with this thing?
I haven't even used one of these yet. It's so new, I don't even have one. It's really cool. Reels backwards, nice. You know, it's pretty amazing to have all the features it has for that kind of price point. That's the cool thing about it. It's a pretty high-end reel with all those features for that kind of price point. It's a great starting reel, but also it's going to be a reel that lasts for a long time, used for a lot of different species, and it's just a great price point on a great reel. It's really lightweight.
You know, you touched on some of the technical specs there. They have brought so much of this technology down. You know, they started at Stella and Sustain, and they're able to bring, you know, the Hagane technology that you mentioned down into the Miravel price point. So really, anglers that are looking for something in the low to mid $100 price point are benefiting from the vanguard of technology that Shimano has put into their high-end reels over the years.
Absolutely. I got to test the reel, and they don't tell me what it is or the price point, and I was like, it should be around that $200 with the way it felt, just the way I got to test it and how I felt as the reel was. And then when they say it's at a $129, it's like, that's a steal. I mean, getting all those features and bringing down lower price points, just amazing what they can do.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. That's the new Shimano Miravel spinning reel, available for pre-order now at tacklewarehouse.com. Up next, we have some great and needed additions to the Zodias lineup. Isn't that right, Alex?
Absolutely. The Zodias line, you know, it has the High Power X CI4 reel seat, but they've got 5 new additions. They have 4 casting, 1 spinning. Personally, my favorite, it's the 7.4 extra heavy frog rod for mat fishing on Gunnersville. You know, I'm gonna throw a frog all fall, and this rod just gets them out of the thickest vegetation there is. And then there's a 710 extra heavy flipping stick. So punch rod, that's the rod I'm gonna lean to. There is another swim bait rod for all you big swim bait guys, and then Luke's got 2 that he loves, I know.
Luke, tell us about these.
So a couple different ones. We got the 7.1 heavy open water frog rod. You know, a lot different. A lot of people think they want a really stiff rod for throwing a frog. but to be able to cast it effectively, you need a tip that loads. So this is a little bit more limber. Load that frog up. I'm able to skip it under docks, overhanging trees. I really like to throw a frog like that, and I do it a lot more than I fish mats, frankly. With braid, there's still enough rod there. You can get the hooks drove, get those fish out of there, but accuracy is key with that 7-1 heavy. Really like that rod. The other one is a 7-2 medium light drop shot rod, which is going to double as a hair jig rod for me. You know, going up north, smallmouth, love that hair jig. This here has the tip for a little small hook on a drop shot or a light bait like a hair jig, really small swim baits, that finesse stuff, 5, 6, 7, 8 pound line, really light stuff. That's going to be an awesome rod up north for smallmouth fishing.
So making sure you're covering not just the heavy power side, grass, braided line, but also the finesse fishing side, really rounding out that classic Zodias lineup. Those are 4 great new additions available for pre-order at Tackle Warehouse right now. Brand new this year is an all-new lineup of the classic SLX, the new classic SLX rod series. We have casting rods, we have swimbait rods, we have crankbait rods, and we have spinning rods. Here to tell us about that, Alex Davis.
So they have 16 casting models, 7 spinning models, and the 2 additions on the castings, the Swimbait rods right here. So all you Swimbait guys, you have a great rod and an awesome price point. And what they've done is they redesigned the rod, the look of the rod, and they also added diaflash from the butt to the first eye. It helps reduce rod twist, helps fight bigger fish. And like I said, they have a lot of different models, so you can do a lot of different techniques at an awesome price point.
Yeah, you know, that's really interesting. That you don't think about the rod twist that much, but in almost every picture you see of somebody really winding up on a crankbait, you can see a lot of rods flexing and twisting, and especially, you know, with this price point of rod, to address that issue is such a big deal.
Yeah, just like we talked about with the spinning reels, they're bringing down the higher technology to the lower price point rods, which is just making these rods a lot better as far as the price point goes.
Awesome, and really a full lineup. So you can outfit yourself for tournament fishing from Florida to smallmouth in the north, East Coast to West Coast, just among the lineup offered in the new SLX. Isn't that right?
Oh yeah, with the features that you have on here and that kind of price point, you know, for $1,000 you can get yourself set up pretty good to fish anywhere in the country, whether you're just a weekend angler, if you're a tournament guy, whatever it is. Great price point, and again, those features. You don't see many rods for that kind of price point with the features these rods have.
Really, really sharp cosmetics too. This is the brand new SLX lineup of rods available for pre-order now at Tackle Warehouse. With that, we're gonna say goodbye to our friend Luke Clausen. Luke, get out of here! Next up, if you've been hiding under a rock, you might not know that Shimano is into the hard bait game, and boy are they. This is the brand new Armajoint hard swim bait from Shimano. Alex, tell us all about this.
What I love about a swim bait is this one right here, it has a really tight action, so it almost makes an S. It's always going to stay. It doesn't sink. It's going to be floating. You're always going to be near the surface, and speed kills. That's what I say about bass. The faster you reel one, it makes fish react to it. And this thing right here, when you reel it at high speeds, it does, to me, better. It makes a pronounced wake. If you slow it up just a little bit, you know, you can probably get it 6-inch subsurface. Has a nice S all the way in. Cool features about it, it's going to have obviously the flash boost. That's something that, you know, Shimano's the only one that has it. It just makes it more natural, more realistic. If you're going behind another guy that has a swim bait, they haven't seen this one before. So, you know, you can catch fish behind people. It has the scale boost, so it just obviously makes it more natural. I like the looks of it, so if I like it, I hope fish like it. Cool features about the bait right here. One of the problems with it is on a big swim bait, you throw it, the line twists around the hook. That thing pops out. You can pop it right back in. So when you go to cast it, now that's going to reduce the line getting wrapped around, so more efficient. You just less tangles. But when the fish gets it, it's going to pop it right loose. The main thing is the Arma boost. So when you go to cast it, that thing's going to fold up like that. I got to test it out, throw it out there in the pond. It was about 70, 75 yards every cast. I could almost throw it across the pond. So instead of, you know, big swim baits, a lot of times they hang up and they start to whirly-woo, they start helicoptering. This right here, every cast is going to be like that. When it hits the water, it starts coming in. Another great thing I like about it, when you stop the bait, it immediately turns around. You don't have to twitch it or do any kind of, you know, to me, little tricks with it. All you have to do is just stop the reel handle. It spins around. When you start reeling, it goes back to another little stretchy tail. A lot of times these tails get tore up. This one stretches, so it's not going to get tore up as much. So they put a lot of features in this bait. $42.99, I believe, is the price. I don't think you can beat it for the price.
So I've got a couple of questions
here.
Even though this is double joint bait, that rear joint is pretty stiff. It's functioning more like a glide bait.
It functions like a glide bait, but doesn't work like one. Like, you don't have to do, you know, the quarter. Like, to me, I did the quarter turn. It seemed like it worked better. If you do the half turn, it almost tries to turn it around too much. I just like to reel it. Spotted bass, first thing I thought is a heron eater. Any of those heron eater lakes, they're going to absolutely demolish this thing. So it acts like a glide bait when you reel it slow, but speed kills for me. I'm gonna reel that thing about as quick as I can and just crush spotted bass with it.
That's awesome. That's the first thing I thought as well. I mean, just the profile. This is going to be a herring bait, but don't pigeonhole it, because this thing's going to work all over the country. Especially you're talking about speed, but on the pause,
absolutely,
really, it's going to shine there. You can see the flash boost working in there. Are you rigging this with any kind of straight tie, or are you running a snap? Or?
Yesterday when I was messing with it, especially if I was thinking largemouths in my head, when you reel it slow and stop and it turns, loop knot. I tried the loop knot on it, and I really liked it. I don't trust snaps. I'm not a snap fan. I just think that's just another thing that can break. Loop knots, to me, especially on big braid, they're not going to break, so loop knot made it have a lot of action.
Got it. And fluorocarbon or braid here?
I like braid. I just feel like I can throw it further, have less backlashes, and especially yesterday when I was throwing it, it's 60, 70 yards. If one hits it immediately, to me with fluorocarbon, I'm not going to get a good as hook as I can with braid.
All right, well, go get yours. It's the new Armajoint swim bait from Shimano, available for pre-order now at tacklewarehouse.com. Last but not least, we have the new Swagy Strong spinnerbaits from Shimano. This is a very cute little spinnerbait. Tell us all about it, Alex.
What I like about it, it's going to come in 6 different colors, 3/8 half ounce, but what's really neat, where does the spinnerbait break? It breaks right there at the arm. Every time, that's where it breaks. What they've done is they put 39 thousandths wire right here, and the whole swage is that's where they're connecting, not really connecting, that's just the joint that it's called, the swage joint. So it's going to be 39 thousandths to 35 thousandths wire. So what that's going to do, you're going to have a more durable, reliable spinnerbait, going to be less breakage, but then you're going to get that thump, that sensitivity that small wire, that spinnerbaits with small wire are known for. So we got the best of both worlds. You got durable, Swagy Strong, and then you have your vibration with the smaller blade. Great blade combinations, great colors, so kind of got you covered from everything you want to do.
That's always been the trade-off over the years is vibration versus durability. We've all had spinnerbaits we love, but we just break too many of them, especially when you're hard on tackle. I'm hard on tackle. So this seems to fix that problem. Not only that, but seems like it's got premium components, a hand-tied skirt, a great hook on there. This thing's ready to roll.
Yeah, what I like about it, a lot of times with spinnerbaits like these that come from the JDM market, they have small hooks. What they done, they listen to anglers, they put a big hook on it, so now you got the big hook, durable, but we got that small sensitivity, they get the good vibration, so they pretty much put everything combined into one spinnerbait, and they even hand-tied it, so it's not going to slip off. I mean, it's best of you could imagine on a spinnerbait.
All the problems fixed, ready to go. These are great new spinnerbaits. This is the Swagy Strong spinnerbait, new from Shimano, available from pre-order right now at tacklewarehouse.com. Thanks so much, Alex.
Thank you.
This is going to be it from the Shimano booth. I'm Joey. This has been Tackle Warehouse First Look at ICAST 2022.